Welcome back to They Did What? Your source of the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today I'm going to be covering an update to a video I did yesterday, which was titled, Entitled Girlfriend Rejects Oceanside Hawaii Proposal, Now in for a Surprise When He Rejects Her. And guys, it's a very brief recap because I know this video just came out yesterday. That's about the guy who is 21 years old, proposes to his girlfriend way too young in Hawaii on the beach under the moonlight, the moonlight's on the waves, all romantic, and it wasn't good enough for her. She stopped him midway when he was pulling out the ring because she wanted a TikTok type of proposal, something like petals on the beach and her name written in the sand or some ridiculous crap that she could have recorded and showed off on TikTok or Instagram or something like that. One of those. Spoiled little entitled little brat. And she just kept berating him over this whole thing. And he spent all his money in Hawaii for her. And so this guy, understandably, ended the whole story with his first story, the update, with pretty darn sure he's done with her. And the whole comment section was either people telling him be done with her, or people having the gall to say, well, you knew what she wanted. That type of thing. Well, now we have an update here. It's not too long about what's going on with him and her and what he's decided, and we can applaud him for that. And like I said, it's not very long, and of course he did an update after I did the story yesterday. That's usually how it goes. So, continuing this saga between these two, he says here, we had the breakup talk. My girlfriend has always been a bit self-centered. You think? And who do you think enabled that? Probably him, by never checking her parents, social media, who knows? I've known that and have been able to put up with it. Smack! And that's why she does it, bro, because you put up with it. About 4 months ago, she started having therapy sessions. I don't know how long they last and what days they are or what they talk about. I do know that she has become an entirely different person. So, she's in therapy, which we could say is a good thing, or it's a bad thing because she's, a little a-hole, but clearly therapy hasn't helped her too much because this whole thing just went down a few weeks ago. She's been more compassionate and cooperative with me, the things I've always wished for her to be more of. This caused me to be ready to commit my life to her, hoping this new mentality is permanent. Hang on, are you saying that she's been in therapy for a few months and she's been more compassionate and cooperative? As in, that's why you proposed to her, and this is what you got on the beach? Are you saying that she used to be worse, and you were still with her? Bro, and remember, guys, he's been with her his entire life. He's 21, and they've been together since they were 15 years old. 9th grade sweethearts, if you will. She used to be worse. Anyway, she talked to her therapist and told me that she asked her one question. Do you like surprises? She tells her, of course she does. She explains to her that as her boyfriend, I most likely know that and was trying to do something heartfelt and unscripted. No mariachi, no glamorous dress or big letters, just the two of us. She further tells her that if she truly felt in her heart that she wants to live a life with me, all the other superficial stuff shouldn't matter. Well, if that's what the therapist said, and I think it actually is, that's a good thing. But the therapist, who I'm assuming is a grown-ass adult, is telling this to a 21-year-old girl who's been raised on social media, conditioned by social media to have unrealistic views on the world, to be a narcissist, all the things that social media brings about, as well as dumbing down the population. And combine that with the fact that this guy is always giving her way, that probably went in one ear out the other. She's apologizing to me, telling me she really regrets doing that, and assuring me she would just have said yes anyway. Bullshit. She wouldn't have said yes. She now knows you're on your way out. That's why she's apologizing. He says, my biggest regret is I'll never really know what she would have said, though in my gut, I'm not 100% sure she would have said yes. Well, that I tell you everything, as well as her spoiled, entitled, superficial brat behavior on the beach of Honolulu. Waikiki Beach, that's what it probably was. He says her first thoughts when this was happening was completely dismissive of me and disrespectful, something for once I feel that I can't take anymore. In other words, he's been taking her crap for years, and although she's an a-hole, he is to blame for some of this. I'm standing my ground, telling her I've swallowed my pride way too many times in the past, and we should go through with it, as in the breakup. I'll be sleeping on the couch, she'll be packing her things tomorrow and going to live with her parents. Awesome. Good. This is not going to work, dude, because you let her get away with this crap and then give her any proposal after this. You're going to be spending your whole life wondering what's the next thing she's going to throw a tantrum over because she doesn't get her way. And I guarantee you, this isn't about building a life with you. It's about Instagram moments and TikTok moments and going viral. Like I said, she's a product of the times of being raised in social media to be a narcissist, to have unrealistic expectations, and not to mention just dumbed down by things like TikTok, combined with probably her parents spoiled her too. You're a good guy. You deserve way better than that. But you need to focus on plenty of other things other than her and get married and engage at this young age. You need to be alone for a while, work on yourself and multiple fronts, find out why it is you put up with her crap for this long, why you swallowed your pride all the time with her. Seriously. Then you'll be ready to maybe embark on a relationship down the road. But don't take her back. And she's going to cry, she's going to beg. But notice, guys, notice something here. I'm going to do some more. He has some more info here in a second. Notice you haven't heard anything about her crying or begging for a second chance or anything like that. Not one thing about it, which tells me she doesn't really care. She's indifferent. And her behavior totally backs that up. You can't be with someone, let alone propose to someone that's indifferent to him. No. Now, he also adds a comment here. He says he responds to a bunch of people's messages and everything like that. One of the things he says is, thank you for the advice. I've told her that I appreciate her new mentality and have praised her for working on herself. Dude, this all went down 2 weeks ago. She hasn't changed that much in 2 weeks. I don't hear anything about her working on herself. Like I said, I've swallowed my pride way too many times with her in the past. Our relationship has been toxic before, and in fact, we've had several breakup periods. Toxic. Several breakups. Probably because she wasn't getting her way. This is all he knows. This is the problem, guys. All he knows is chaos, is drama, and thinks that's just how it is. He probably has a mother that probably encourages it. We've been good for a while now, but I guess to the point where it almost seems like I've always repeat, and this was the final straw for me. I know we've been together for a while now, especially for our age, but one thing I can't get past is that we're still so young, it almost feels like it just wasn't meant to be. I still feel very guilty about the whole thing. Smack! Dude, don't start. You were doing so good. Don't start feeling guilty. She's going to push. Think about it. She's been with you 6 years. Let me think here. Pretty much a quarter of your life. She knows the buttons to push with you. She knows the manipulation tactics, and she's going to use them. Don't feel guilty. You got to take care of you. Stop being that nice guy. I guarantee you that if you would have checked her over the years and times we didn't swallow your pride, probably either you would have broken up permanently and moved on to some better girl who actually treated you like a human being and didn't bring you all this fucking drama, or two, she would have gotten her shit together. This is a whole new thing for her. And the irony is, a gal like this typically cheats on a boyfriend like this guy here with a guy that doesn't put up with her crap. A guy that puts her in her place, checks her, and she'll do anything for that guy. So, bro, don't feel bad, don't feel guilty, move on, end of story. So that is the end of what he has to say. I'm going to read a few comments here, because the whole comment section is full of people, because he updated just earlier. People give some good advice here like I did, and I think it's important to hear these people out, and he understands this. One guy says here, good on you, OP, for standing strong. For someone to be so dismissive of your genuine heartfelt efforts just because you didn't spend a ton of money to make a grand gesture is extremely narcissistic. Also, you paid for a week-long trip. How is that not enough for this person? Extremely toxic, you'll find someone much better. Right, he paid for like a 5 days to a week in Hawaii. That ain't cheap. Airfare, regardless of where you're coming from the mainland here, ain't cheap for a round trip. And there's food and hotels or an Airbnb. He's 21, Another guy says here, life is full of unmet expectations. And people who don't have expectations are happier, more grateful and thankful for what they have. If you marry this girl, you will fall short. Always. She will constantly be disappointed and upset with you. And sometimes you won't even know why. She will have meltdowns when things go sideways, and there are unexpected chaos, as life often is. Yeah, guess what? Life is that way. My dad is dying right now. It's 10 days to Christmas. My house is a wreck. My shopping hasn't even begun. My real estate clients are wondering where I'm at. I'm at my dad's side in a nursing home 7 days a week, or 7 hours a day. That is life. No point in getting stressed or upset about what I can't do. Christmas will suck this year, and I'm not even upset at my husband for not somehow making everything magically better. This is from a woman. This is not a red flag, it's a giant "don't marry this woman" banner. She can be thankful for the romantic trip with you, to be receiving a beautiful ring, to have you in her life these past 6 years. No, she wants an Instagram photo. Ugh, don't do it. That's from a woman. That carries more weight when a woman's saying, don't marry this chick. Another one. It says, first off, you're 21. I know that seems like you're old enough and you've been together so long that you've only really known one love, but it's really young. I married at 21. We got divorced at 29. There you go. The flip in my brain started in my mid-20s when I realized my priorities were completely different and that she and I had a lot of things weren't agreed on, like where we wanted to live or if we wanted kids. We're better off as friends. That's the problem with young people. I've read their brains aren't as developed by the time they're at that age, and going by their emotions. They watch too many movies, and they have their stupid friends get married, and they think, oh, love will find a way. The rom-com bullshit. And then real life comes their way, and they can't deal with it. So second, a wedding is just a party. I've been with my current wife for 15 years, married for 9. I was broke when I asked her, and she said yes. I bought her a crappy created ring, and she was overjoyed. Marriage is a thing, not an Instagram moments. And it's great, but it's a big lift. It's different and more impactful than just living together because you wrapped up your lives together in binding contracts and intentions and vows. Divorce is a bigger deal than just breaking up. You need to know your partner gets that distinction. Thirdly, she probably just really needs to grow up. There you go. But nobody's ever called her on it. I don't know what will happen between the two of you or who you'll date or marry eventually, but it sounds like she's just starting to realize how far her head might be up her ass. I don't think that. I think she's so freaking spoiled, so full of herself, such a brat, that she's just saying what she has to say, doing as little as possible, thinking she can keep this guy in her life. That's what I think personally. Lastly, it'd be worse to be with someone wrong for you than be alone. Unfortunately, if you're willing to tolerate that behavior, you probably don't respect yourself enough yet. And you're going to attract the wrong type of person because of that. Ding, ding, ding. This is why he's got to work on himself and he'll attract another chick just like this. I know it hurts. I know from experience it's not comfortable, but you'll likely come out of this better, a more secure man. Slowly, you'll begin to rebuild your life and even make a better one. And one day you'll laugh and realize you'll be okay. You're okay and even better than you ever thought you'd be. Yeah, I hope one day he looks back on all this and laughs and says, man, I was a dumbass when I was young. But if he learns something from it, great. But if he takes her back or stays with her and all that, it is going to be a mess. So, we'll see. Don't know if there'll be any more updates here, but because I think, honestly, if he updates and says that we got back together, he'll get so torn apart in the comment section that he'll instantly take down the post. So, we'll see. You guys find out an update about this, let me know. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And, guys, you find a good story you want to share, whether with me personally, your own personal story, or a longer story that you find on Reddit, send it my way, strongsuccessfulmale@gmail.com. And if it works for the channel, definitely cover it. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. Now, I'll catch you next time.